Mention the phrase UFO crash, and Roswell, New Mexico immediately comes to mind. It is the most famous UFO incident of all time, and marks the year 1947 as the beginning of the modern UFO era. But few people realize it wasn't America's first UFO-related incident. 2 weeks before Roswell, another UFO incident took place over Puget Sound in Washington state. But there are two key differences between this crash in Washington and Roswell. 2 people were killed, and there is still physical evidence left behind.
We found some of the wreckage.
UFO Magazine is one of the leading UFO phenomena publications. For more than 22 years, the publishers have gathered an unprecedented archive of eyewitness accounts, video footage, and never-before-seen documents.
In the world of UFO reports, you got 90% of them total bull. The fact is there are 10% that are absolutely real.
In October 2007, based on brand new leads, they reopened the investigation.
Nobody has been able to solve this case.
From underwater retrieval of unknown material, possibly jettisoned by a UFO,
you can't leave any stone unturned,
to the discovery of unidentified debris buried deep within a remote forest.
Is this a UFO site?
Hey guys, check this out.
And analysis of evidence from a confirmed crash site.
Whoa! Oh, whoa! Are we safe?
Is there a logical explanation, or is there a connection between this case and the Roswell incident? Science weighs in.
He reported a UFO, and it resulted in a very tragic event.
For the first time on television, what you are about to see is case number 47001, the UFO before Roswell. June 21st, 1947. Over 2 weeks before Roswell, logger Harold Dahl, along with his 15-year-old son and 2 crewmen, are on a boat in Puget Sound near Maury Island, Washington. It is a lazy day in an otherwise unremarkable summer, but at 2 p.m., that all changed. Suddenly, 6 bright metallic donut-shaped discs about 100 feet in diameter appear overhead. One of the craft seems to be malfunctioning. It shudders and tips at precarious angles and appears to be ready to crash into the water. Suddenly, it ejects what is described as a massive amount of steaming metallic debris into the Sound and onto the beach. The debris crashed down onto Dahl's boat, breaking his son's arm and killing his dog. According to their report, the ejection of the material appeared to fix the problem. The 5 other discs then arranged themselves into a formation around the malfunctioning ship, and they all sped off out of sight in total silence. Dahl and his crew gather some of the debris from the water and from the beach. This event was reported to local police. The testimony of all 4 witnesses was consistent. However, all of the witnesses are now deceased.
Pat.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good. Is your gear all packed and ready to go?
Yeah, just about. Almost there.
Good. We have a big case today. We're headed off to Maury Island. I'm Bill Burns. I'm the publisher of UFO Magazine, the only magazine for UFOs in print continuously since 1986. And I've been investigating UFOs for 20 years. We have a really great break in a 60-year-old case that's been lingering. It's been a mystery for 60 years, right here in the state of Washington on Maury Island.
Maury Island, that's the case that started the modern-day UFO wave. My name is Pat Uskert. I'm a frequent contributor to UFO Magazine. My job is tracking down documents and talking to witnesses.
Maury Island, 2 weeks before Roswell, guy out in the boat, sees 6 craft. They drop something on his boat, hurt his son, kill his dog, damage the boat. But we've had a break in the case. After 60 years, we found some of the wreckage. For the first time, we can actually bring stuff back into the lab.
I'll need photographs, archaeological measurements, and samples. Get me samples from the beach, from underwater, from the aircraft site. Get me pieces of the aircraft, samples from the earth around the aircraft. Anything you can get me, I'll analyze it. I'm Dr. Ted Ackworth. I'm a precision metrologist. I have a PhD in mechanical engineering. I study the data, I make an unbiased analysis, and I come to an objective conclusion.
Excellent. Jeff, your job is going to be going out with us. Pat's going to go in the water. You're going to go out and help collect the material and interview witnesses.
We'll bring out some soil samples, some of the debris samples, and we'll bring it back to the lab. I'm Jeffrey Tomlinson. I'm currently doing research in planetary biology and geological phenomena. Scientific inquiry is my mission.
This is it, guys. Nobody has been able to solve this case in 60 years, but we will.
Puget Sound is a huge complex of bays, shallows, and islands, totaling 2,800 square miles of inland marine waters. The team will be going to the waters off the south shore of Maury Island, 47 degrees 35 minutes north, 122 degrees 46 minutes west, approximately 7 miles north of Tacoma.
Our first task is to try to recover some of the material that the UFO jettisoned. Harold Dahl described the material as a sort of metallic slag, and he was very specific about where his boat was when he saw the UFOs. My hope is that I can dive into Puget Sound, survey the bottom, and locate some of this debris.
The debris, or slag, retrieved by Harold Dahl and his crew was reported to be dark stone, lava-like in appearance, with metallic properties. Some have speculated it was in some way connected with the disk's propulsion system. A jet experiencing difficulty will dump its fuel to lighten the load and lessen the chance of fire during an emergency landing. Was this mysterious disk following the same protocol?
Does that water look cold to you?
Oh, it looks cold to me.
Probably about 50 degrees on the surface.
The team is joined by UFO researcher Ronnie Milione to help comb the large area. Pat will be diving into Puget Sound looking for debris. The search area is approximately 6,000 square feet and up to 60 feet deep.
We are approaching the area where the Maury Island UFO incident occurred. The incident involved the dropping of slag from some kind of aerial vehicle into the water and on the beach. I'll be diving, going into the water to look for evidence, maybe at the bottom. The slag is some sort of molten metal. It's basically the same principle as lava. I'm thinking it was metal, liquid metal that was somehow ejected from whatever craft this was, and now might look like rock. The evidence is strong that something real happened here, that maybe there was a UFO incident here, and maybe I will find something, but I can't know until we check it out.
The team is considering a theory. Is it possible the unidentified objects could actually have been nothing more than planes flying in formation?
I'm pretty sure this wasn't an aircraft. It didn't look like an aircraft because it was donut-shaped. It dropped something. Aircraft don't usually drop something. It damaged the boat, it killed the dog, and it injured the son's arm. The day was clear, so he would have known what he was looking at on a clear day. Now, I'm pretty convinced this was an unidentified object and not an aircraft.
Pat questions whether the debris will still be at the site.
60 years have passed.
Right.
I wonder what the chances are of some of these pieces of slag still being there.